Oh my gosh, Mom. Have you actually bothered to prepare my breakfast yet? Ugh, obviously not, because that would be way too much to ask. I mean, seriously? Are you even my real mom? How could you possibly fail at such a simple task for your own daughter?
Hi, Nancy. Whoa, simmer down. Don't get so angry with me like that. I'm still not feeling great, so I can't whip up your breakfast right now. Didn't you have even a tiny shred of concern for your own dear mom's health?
Spare me the act, Mom. Stop pretending like you're some weak and vulnerable little thing. When are you going to stop driving me absolutely insane? And here I am, standing with nothing to eat for breakfast. How am I supposed to go to school on an empty stomach? I seriously can't believe you would do this to me. Do you want me to starve to death or something?
Come on, Nancy. Behave yourself. You're 20 years old now, for crying out loud. You should know how to take care of yourself without relying on others. I can't be following you around for the rest of my life.
Like I actually care, Mom. You're my mom, and it's your responsibility to take care of me and cater to my every need. That's your only job, if you can even call it that.
Nancy, I understand that you're frustrated right now, but it's important to remember that I'm not feeling well. As a mother, I've always done my best to take care of you, but sometimes circumstances prevent me from fulfilling every request immediately. It's also important for you to learn to be more self-sufficient and independent. You're growing up, and part of that means taking responsibility for yourself.
Huh? That's the thing. All the irresponsible mothers would say to their daughters. I knew it. You never pay a little bit attention to me at all. And I'm embarrassed to have a mom like you. I just want you to get out of my life right away.
Nancy, I demand you to stop belittling your mother. Don't you understand how difficult it was for me to bring you into this world? Without me pushing through despite the doctor's advice, you would be dead right now. Instead of scolding me, why can't you show a little gratitude? I've put in endless effort to support you and fulfill all your wishes. And look at what you're doing to me. You're furious with me just because I'm too ill to cook breakfast for you. This is absolutely ridiculous. You can't treat me like this. I'm your own mother.
What's so wrong with that? Well, it's not that big of a deal to me. You're nothing but a useless housewife. And my dad? Well, he's a successful businessman with plenty of money to provide me with everything I want. You're not him, so don't expect me to treat you both the same.
Wait, what? Are you looking down on me just because I'm a poor housewife? That's just unbelievable. You have no idea how much your words hurt me. I'm lying here in bed, feeling sick, and you don't seem to have a care in the world.
You're making things so complicated. Don't you realize that? It's just a slight headache. Why do you have to make such a fuss about it? If I were in your position, I would certainly be able to take care of myself. Maybe it's just that you're too lazy to mind your own business. Is that the truth?
Lazy? How dare you accuse me of being lazy? I've devoted my life to taking care of you and our family. I've sacrificed so much, including my own health, to make sure you have everything you need. And now, when I'm unwell, you have the audacity to call me lazy? It's incredibly hurtful, Nancy.
Oh, please, spare me the theatrics. You act like you're the only one who has ever done anything for this family. Well, newsflash, Mom, I'm not impressed. Maybe if you weren't always so focused on yourself and actually took the time to care for your own well-being, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
You're being too much. I can't take it anymore. You're becoming more and more unreasonable with each passing day. I thought that by fulfilling your every need, I could make you happy. But it seems like I've only been spoiling you. But now, it's too late for me to fix my mistakes. I can't even recognize you anymore.
That's none of my business. You're the one who's failing as a mother, not me. I'm just the innocent victim here, forced to suffer because of your incompetence?
I've done my best, Nancy. But it's clear that it's not enough for you. No matter how much I try, it's never going to be good enough. Maybe it's time for both of us to take a step back and reevaluate our relationship.
Fine by me. Maybe some distance will do us both some good. I'm tired of constantly being disappointed by you, Mom.
You know what, Nancy? I'm tired. I'm tired of constantly trying to please you and cater to your every need. I'm tired of feeling unappreciated and taken for granted. Maybe it's time for you to understand the value of the things I do for you and start showing some empathy and compassion.
Empathy and compassion from you? Don't make me laugh. All I've ever seen from you is selfishness and excuses. You expect me to be grateful for everything you do, but what about the things you don't do? What about the times when I needed you and you weren't there? It's about time you face reality, Mom.
I can see that this conversation is going nowhere. I truly hope one day you'll realize the love and sacrifices I've made for you. Until then, I'll focus on taking care of myself and finding a way to heal, both physically and emotionally. Goodbye, Nancy.
Fine, whatever. Goodbye, Mom. Figure things out on my own like always.
What's wrong, Judy? You seem quite tired these days. And I'm worried about you. I've been on business so often that I couldn't spare enough time to be with you. Did Nancy take good care of you? I'm really curious how my little daughter took care of her own mother.
Oh, well, I'm still feeling a little bit dizzy today. But I think I'll overcome it just fine. Well, about Nancy.
Nancy what? What did she do? Didn't she treat you well? She called me and told me that she took really good care of you at home. She even told me not to check on you. That's why I didn't call you very often when I was away.
What? She told you so? That's unbelievable.
But what happened actually? Just tell me.
You wouldn't imagine this. At home, she didn't only ask me about my condition, she also constantly insulted me and told me to get lost. That's just unfair, don't you think?
Whoa, hold on a second. I can't believe what I'm hearing. Nancy treating you like that? It's beyond comprehension. I always thought she was a sweet and respectful girl, especially since she treated me that way. This revelation has caught me completely off guard.
I know, right? It's shocking. I couldn't believe it myself when it started happening. I thought she genuinely cared about me and wanted to help. But her behavior turned out to be the complete opposite. It's just so unfair and hurtful.
Absolutely, Judy. It's completely unfair and unacceptable. No one should be treated that way. Especially by someone who is supposed to be family. I promise you, I won't let her get away with this. She needs to learn that her actions have consequences.
Thank you, Drake. I really appreciate your support and understanding. It means a lot to me. I've been feeling so alone and betrayed. I don't know what I would have done without you in this situation.
Hey, don't mention it, Judy. You're not alone in this. I'm here for you, and I'll do whatever it takes to make things right. We'll figure out a way to confront Nancy and hold her accountable for her mistreatment. You deserve so much better than this. Well, but anyway, I just don't understand why you didn't tell me a word about this. Why do you have to suffer all this on your own? That must be really challenging for you, isn't it?
Well, yes. Nothing hurts me more than seeing my daughter acting like an ungrateful girl. She even said that I'm a useless housewife and didn't have as much money as you. I can't believe my daughter would be as heartless as to treat me like this. Like I'm nothing but a stranger to her.
Oh no, Judy. Don't ever think like that. She won't dare do that to you once I'm here. I'll never let her get away with this, I promise you. You trust me, right? I'll never make you disappointed.
Of course I trust you, Drake. You've always been there for me. And I know you have my back. It's just hard for me to open up sometimes, especially when it comes to my own family issues. I didn't want to burden you with my problems, but now I've realized that was a mistake. I should have reached out to you sooner. It's just that I love her so much that I couldn't be brave enough to hurt her and make her pay the price. You know how much I love her, right? That's why I just try my best to persuade her and make her realize that her behavior is wrong and come back to be my obedient daughter. But she just seems not to listen to any of my words. I'm feeling really exhausted right now, Jake. I can't take this anymore.
OMG, honey, that's unfair for you. I can't even imagine how difficult it must be to love someone so deeply and have them treat you this way. It's heartbreaking to see you going through this. But let me tell you something, Judy. Love doesn't mean allowing someone to mistreat you or disrespect you. Sometimes tough love is necessary for their own growth and understanding.
Your words give me hope, Drake. Knowing that I have someone like you by my side gives me the strength to face this head on. I won't let Nancy's actions bring me down. Together, we'll make sure justice is served. And believe me, Drake, now you're home, you and I can make her realize her fault and apologize to us.
That's the spirit, Judy. We're a team, and we'll overcome this together. No one messes with our family and gets away with it. We'll stand up for what's right and protect each other. Just remember, you're not alone in this anymore. Nancy has been too harsh on you these days, and she will have regrets.
Thank you, Drake. I feel so lucky to have you in my life. Let's face this challenge head on and come out stronger on the other side. With you by my side, I know we can overcome anything. Well, it's a little bit late now. I think it's time I went back to bed. Have a good night. I love you, Drake.
I love you more.
Hey, Mom, come down here and see this for yourself. Look what I've done to your stuff.
What now? I'm too tired with your childish games. So if there is anything, just spit it out. I don't have time to waste. And it's barely 11 in the evening. Have you gone mad? Why do you have to choose this time to mess with me? You're destroying my relaxation time.
Well, that's fine by me. I don't care just a bit about you anyway. So whether you're rich or poor, I just don't care. What I care about is when you will get the damn out of this house. Out of my house.
Wait, what? What on earth have you just said? I can't believe it. OMG. How could you do this to me? I'm your own mother. This is just ridiculous. Are you really planning to kick me out?
Yes, and I mean it. You staying in this house is just making me feel irritated. It would be best if you just stay out of my sight and stay out of my life. It's a shame I have a useless and stupid mother like you. You make me embarrassed in front of others. And it's a shame to tell others that my mom is a pathetic housewife. You throw dirt on my face, so now you'd better get lost.
I'm at a loss for words. I can't believe you'd say such hurtful things to me. I'm your own mother, for heaven's sake. This is incredibly hurtful and disrespectful. How could you even think of treating me this way?
Oh, spare me the dramatics. You've never been there for me when I needed you, and now it's my turn to speak up. I've had enough of your negligence and incompetence. It's time for you to face the consequences of your actions.
I may not be perfect, but I've always tried my best as a mother. I've sacrificed so much for you, and this is how you repay me? I'd never thought I'd hear such cruel words from my own child.
Well, maybe if you had actually been a good mother, I wouldn't be saying these things. You've let me down time and time again. I've had enough of your empty promises and broken dreams. It's time for me to take control of my own life without you holding me back.
I don't know what to say. I never wanted things to turn out this way. I love you, Nancy. Even if you can't see it right now. Please, let's try to find a way to work through this. We're family, and we should support each other.
Support? Ha! It's too late for that now. I've made up my mind. I need to put myself first for once. Maybe someday, when you realize the impact of your actions, we can have a real conversation. But for now, I need you to leave me alone. And you just hurry up and get out of my life. I'm talking seriously. I'm not kidding.
OMG. How could you be so heartless to me? If you say so, then maybe it would be better if we could just stay away from each other. Then you'd have more time to rethink about all of this. I'm waiting for an apology from you.
Apology? What the heck are you talking about? Why do I have to apologize to you? That's absurd. I'll never do that. I'll do it when pigs fly. How could you be that stupid and stubborn? I said get out of my house, or else I'll have to call the police to arrest you.
You're nothing but just a stubborn, wretched, and despicable girl. I can't believe you could treat your mother this terribly.
Oh, really? You think I'm the one being stubborn and despicable? Well, let me tell you something, Mom. You've been nagging and complaining about everything I do for years now. It's like living with a broken record. I'm tired of constantly walking on eggshells around you, trying to please you when nothing is ever good enough.
How dare you talk to me like that? I raised you. I sacrificed so much from you. And this is how you repay me? With disrespect and ingratitude? I can't even begin to fathom where I went wrong in raising you.
Well, maybe if you had shown me some understanding and support instead of constant criticism, maybe if you had listened to me and respected my choices, we wouldn't be having this argument right now.
You think you know everything, don't you? Just because you're young, you think you have all the answers? Well, let me tell you something. Life isn't as simple as you think it is. You learn that the hard way.
Maybe I will, but at least I'll be learning from my own mistakes, not from the mistakes of a controlling parent. I deserve to live my own life, make my own decisions, and be happy without constantly seeking your approval.
You're being selfish and naive. You'll realize one day that I've always had your best interests at heart.
Maybe, but right now, all I see is a mother who can't accept that her child is growing up and trying to find her own path. If you can't respect that, then maybe it's best if we do stay away from each other. I don't want to see your face ever again. So just go and don't ever come back.
You cruel girl! How could you?
Yeah? So what? My dad will take my side anyway. He'll agree with me to throw you out of the house. You know why? Because you're good for nothing.
I'll tell your dad about this. This is the last straw.
Mom, what's happened to my laptop and stuff? Why is my laptop broken? I can't believe it. Did you do all of this? I knew it. You're crooked and selfish. You want to damage my life because you hate me, is that right?
What do you even mean?
Don't try to pretend like you're not involved in this. I knew it all along. You're the one that crashed my laptop, aren't you? You're always prejudiced against me. I know you hate me whatever I do. Well, I don't really like you anyway. Actually, I hate you even more than you hate me.
Oh, right. I'll spill the truth to you. Then you'll know it. So yes, it is I who broke your laptop.
I knew it. Oh my God. I can't believe you could be that cunning to your own daughter like that. Why could you even do such a thing?
Why couldn't I do that? It was I who bought you that laptop. So I have the full right to break it. It's up to me all the time. You've always been so harsh on me. So of course, I'll make you feel what I feel. You've been leeching off everything about me the whole time. It's time you pay me back, Nancy.
But it's not fair. I'll never let you get away with this. Don't you ever think you can destroy me just with your stupid breaking thing? I'm not going to fall for that. And I tell you what, I'm going to tell this to Dad. Well, we'll see what he's going to do with you.
Wait, what? You're about to say this to your dad? Are you really sure? How could you be so confident about that?
Because I know for sure that he'll stand by my side. And he'll do everything to protect me from you, you pathetic woman.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hit a nerve? Because it sounds like you're just making excuses for your own behavior. And as for your precious laptop, well, maybe you should have thought about that before you treated me like garbage.
Treated you like garbage? You're the one who's been spreading lies about me to Dad. And now you expect me to believe that he's turned against me? It's absurd.
Absurd or not, it's the truth. Your dad finally saw through your facade and realized what a terrible person you are. He's done supporting your selfishness and manipulation. It's time you face the consequences of your actions.
Consequences? You have no idea what you're talking about. I've never done anything to deserve this kind of treatment. And now you expect me to just leave? Where am I supposed to go?
Frankly, I don't care where you go. Maybe it's time for you to learn some independence and take responsibility for your own actions. You've relied on others for far too long, and it's about time you face the real world.
This is unbelievable. I can't believe my own family would turn against me like this. How am I supposed to trust anyone ever again?
Trust? Trust is earned, Nancy, and you've done nothing to earn it. Maybe this will be a wake-up call for you to start treating people with respect and kindness. But for now, get out of my sight.
Please, Mom, I'm begging you. I don't know what I'll do without your support. I have nowhere to go, and I can't just magically start making money overnight. I never meant to throw you out of the house. Things just got out of hand.
Aw, now you're suddenly remorseful. It's too little too late, Nancy. You've taken advantage of my kindness for far too long. And now, you expect me to bail you out again? I can't believe your audacity.
I know, I've made mistakes, and I'm truly sorry for everything. I never wanted it to come to this. I just don't know how to survive without your help. I'm desperate and lost. Please, have some compassion.
Compassion? After all the pain you've caused me? It's hard to find any ounce of compassion left for you, Nancy. You need to learn to stand on your own 2 feet and take responsibility for your actions. I can't keep enabling your behavior.
Promise, Mom. I'll change. I'll do whatever it takes to make things right. I'll find a job. I'll pay you back. I'll prove to you that I'm capable of being independent. Please, Give me a chance to redeem myself.
It's far too late now. And we are not mom and daughter anymore. Don't call me mom. I can't tolerate you any longer. So you'd better get lost. Now! I have no time to waste on hearing your nonsense.
No, Mom! Mom!
So, after the whole mess, I made the firm decision to cut every single contact with Nancy. I'm blocking her on every social media platform, changing my phone number, the whole 9 yards. She must have begged me 1,000 times for forgiveness, but honestly, it was too little too late. Apologies can only get you so far. You know, eventually, she had no other option but to pack her bags and leave our humble abode. It was a bittersweet moment for me because, despite the hurt, I had to acknowledge that Nancy's stubbornness and disobedience were just too much to handle. I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So yeah, I practically had to drag her away from our lives. Now, fast forward 3 long years, I heard through the grapevine that Nancy found herself working as a cashier at one of those small convenience stores. Can you believe it? I have no idea how she manages to make ends meet with that gig. I mean, let's be real. Those cashier jobs don't exactly come with a hefty salary, so it's no wonder that she could only afford to rent this narrow, cramped little room. It's not exactly the lap of luxury, if you catch my drift. But hey, at least she is somehow managing to look after herself. Gotta give her some credit for that, I suppose. As for us, life has taken a turn for the better ever since we distanced ourselves from our oh-so-naughty daughter. It's like a weight has been lifted off our shoulders. Instead of constantly dealing with her stubbornness and all the trauma that came with it, we finally have more time to focus on ourselves and mind our own business. And let me tell you, it's absolutely fantastic. We can pursue our own dreams and interests without any distractions. It's like a breath of fresh air, my friend. So yeah, I gotta say, life without the constant chaos of a stubborn daughter is pretty wonderful.